This is the story of why I created Morning Mush for my girlfriend. That's right, this entire company, this product was created just for my girlfriend. Basically, growing up, my girlfriend, since she was really young, probably elementary school age, was drinking coffee every single day. As part of her family and what she saw growing up around her, everyone was drinking coffee every single day. Now, you might not know this, but caffeine from coffee is addictive, especially when you add a bunch of sugar to it. And so when you're drinking caffeine from coffee every day with lots of sugar in it over 10, 15 plus years, your body gets addicted to it. Not only that, it also causes other health problems with your blood sugar, even potentially with your heart. So after seeing it become a serious health problem for my girlfriend, I decided it was time that I needed to come up with a better solution. I personally didn't drink that much coffee because I didn't like drinking coffee and feeling a spike, which gave me jitters, and then ultimately a crash, which just made me tired a little bit too early in the day. But one thing about my girlfriend, she also really loves chocolate. Probably about 2 years into our relationship, I decided to get her a special Christmas present. I wanted to get her the highest quality chocolate I could possibly find. Did a lot of research and eventually stumbled upon something called ceremonial grade cacao. And when I read ceremonial grade, I was really confused because in my head, ceremonial is like I'm associating this with some sort of psychedelic ritual. Little did I know, there's actually cultures and people who take cacao and do cacao ceremonies. Now, it's not what you're thinking. It doesn't actually produce a psychedelic effect, but it does produce some sort of euphoric, super happy, mood enhancing, energetic type of feeling. Now, you kind of have to drink or eat a lot of chocolate, or cacao rather, for this to feel these effects, but cacao actually has caffeine in it as well. So whenever I first bought this for her, I bought her a whole pound of chocolate. That sounds like a lot, but it's probably the equivalent of 7 or 8 chocolate bars. So when it showed up, of course, I did something nice. I carved her name and Merry Christmas on it. But when she finally was able to unwrap it and we tried it for the first time, of course, it came with some instructions, and we read the instructions and took what was recommended as a ceremonial dose. And for the first time, I felt something from eating chocolate. And that was such a foreign concept to me, that chocolate, something that is in every supermarket, every grocery store, all around the country, every convenience store, it is probably one of the highest selling items across the world, has this much potential nutrients and benefit, and all we use it for in America is just for candy. And that's what got me started on the first part of my journey to creating AW Natural. So next on the list, we're going to start talking about some of the other ingredients that we have put in this coffee alternative, I should say. Shilajit. So me personally, my Instagram feed has almost always been a bunch of health content or otherwise entrepreneur type of stuff. And one day I saw this post come up promoting Shilajit. And it was talking about all the different health benefits it had, how it was super antioxidant, really high levels of antioxidants, and very detoxifying. It had a bunch of other benefits for men's health, women's health, libido, etc., and overall energy production. I figured might as well try some. Ultimately, ended up buying a jar, and the same thing. After trying it for about a week straight, even off the first couple of days, I felt noticeably more energized, more, I guess you could say, sustained energy throughout the day. And anytime I found an ingredient like this, it's kind of something that I ultimately ended up just adding to my morning ritual. It started with just cacao after learning it had the ceremonial or such energizing effects. Then I added the Shilajit. And at that point, I started to decide that I really need to start experimenting with a bunch of other ingredients. Along the way, I found several other ingredients such as maca, lion's mane, reishi, chaga, cordyceps, all of those different types of mushrooms, as well as maca. Each of those, when I ate it and I took it individually as a supplement, I actually felt noticeably different or some sort of benefit from consuming that product or supplement. So after trying probably 100 different supplements and brands, I picked the 12 or so that I felt were the most effective in promoting energy, mental clarity, focus, and could accurately match the taste of coffee, if not make that beverage taste even better, to replace coffee for my girlfriend. Me personally, I usually work 12 to 15 hours a day, so every single day I need the highest level of energy, focus, mental clarity, all of that to perform on my businesses, for my companies. And so for me, it makes a really big difference whether I'm performing at 80% or 100%. So something like all these ingredients put together is almost crucial for me to be consuming every day. Now, I'll be honest, some of these ingredients while searching, some of them were for me, some of them were for my girlfriend. But it wasn't until she got to a point where she started trying to cut back on coffee and noticeably experienced withdrawals from coffee and other negative health benefits from taking it, which is why she tried to cut back, that I realized I needed to turn this into a product that not only had all these benefits that I was experiencing, but also tasted really good so that she could could experience a morning ritual like she's used to, but with a much healthier product. That's when I really set out to make this an actual product, blend all these ingredients together that I was on my own just combining in my own morning drink, all from 12 or so separate companies, getting these ingredients separately, consuming some of them in a morning drink, putting some of them in a smoothie, taking some of them as capsules. But I knew to make this a perfect product, they would have to contain everything all in one blend at the right ratios and still taste good. When we first started blending all these ingredients together, there was a lot of difficulty in matching the flavor of something close to coffee while also being able to include a meaningful amount of all these super nutritious and healthy ingredients. Some of the ingredients like shilajit are very earthy. Cacao is great. That's just chocolate. So making that the majority of the drink basically makes it taste like hot chocolate. The real difficult part was the shilajit. But shilajit is just such an important ingredient to add to the blend. We knew we had to have it in there, and we knew we had to have as much as we put in there. After the cacao, shilajit is probably one of the most important ingredients in this blend. So to balance out its earthy flavor, we added the turmeric and the ginger, which are also super good antioxidants and anti-inflammatory, as well as a number of other benefits. But the mix of the earthiness with the spice and the slight, almost peanut buttery taste of the maca blends together to make such a coffee-like blend that it's almost hard to know that you're not drinking coffee. By the time you take this mix, blend it up with your normal coffee routines, cream and sugar, or whatever else you choose to blend in, 2 drinks are nearly indistinguishable to your palate, but 100% distinguishable to your body. Not only do you get sustained energy throughout the day, unlike coffee where you have a sharp rise and a quick crash, you also don't get any jitters. The reason being is because coffee delivers the caffeine directly to your bloodstream rather quickly. The caffeine in coffee is not dissolved in anything but the water, so it absorbs into your body almost immediately. The caffeine that's in cacao, however, dissolves into the oils or the healthy fats that are in cacao, which deliver it to your body slowly and over time, so you can experience the sustained energy without the crash. Because our beverage also has other ingredients like KSM ashwagandha and ginkgo biloba, there's also super strong effects, almost antidepressant, anti-anxiety, overall mood boosting, and actually also aid to improve your mental focus and even libido. I've actually secretly been giving my girlfriend Katiana this instead of her normal coffee for the past month, and she's seen a massive increase in her overall well-being, happiness, and energy levels throughout the day. I finally told her recently, and at the same time, I told her and she told me that she's been feeling better the last month than she ever has been recently. That's when I decided it was time to launch the brand, and we had a winning product. If you're like Katiana and you drink coffee every day, I would definitely recommend giving this a try. There's nothing worse than feeling the crash in the middle of your day or feeling ultra jittery right after you drink your first cup of coffee. But what is great is healing your body's natural ability to produce energy, as well as giving it a ton of other vitamins and nutrients that it needs to function. Do it for your body, do it for your mind, and do it for yourself. Go all natural.